Peace. Welcome back to Naturally Herself. I am Kat Marie. Thank you for joining me today. We're here in this space for women to reclaim their natural, divine feminine energy, building sustainable wellness, and aligning with our higher selves. Today we're diving into what it means to graduate from the Queen energy and move into the Empress frequency, and how this shift is not about titles. It's about how you mother yourself, care for your properly aligned community. When I say properly, I mean what is best for your most highest self, in alignment with that, and to support the community that is the best reflection of that alignment in your journey, and also to help to restore the balance back into nature. That is what puts you in the frequency of the Empress frequency. So let's start by defining the difference. The Queen energy is powerful. She's a woman who has stepped into her confidence. She has set her boundaries. She's discerning who she allows into her space. And she's likely healing the wounds that taught her to naturally protect her heart after all the pain that she's endured. But being in the Queen energy can sometimes still seek that validation from the external, or appearances are important to her, or the amount of control that she has over a situation. She may protect her throne so tightly that it becomes isolating. The Empress energy, however, she is what we would call sovereign. She's embodied. She's a mother, not necessarily a birth mother to children, but for herself and just how she shows up to life. She nurtures her mental health, her emotional body, her wealth, her passions, and most importantly, nature herself. The Empress understands the sacred reciprocity between herself and the earth. She doesn't just take what she wants, she gives back. She plants seeds in herself, in her sisters, in her environment. She creates harmony because she knows that when she thrives, nature thrives. And this is so important. A lot of people, especially women, I want to say, walking around here lost, and they feel like they're disconnected with themselves. And a lot of times that's an indication that you are disconnected from nature. When you are disconnected from nature, you are naturally going to be disconnected from yourself, because we are nature. So I'm going to share with you 5 practices to move from the Queen energy to the Empress frequency. The first practice is, it's important to mother yourself. Speak to yourself in a way that a nurturing, wise mother would. Check in with your inner child. Honor your needs without any guilt. And stop dismissing your exhaustion as a weakness. And enter and understand that your inner child is the gateway, it's the portal to your Empress frequency. So you must nurture it and mother it and take care of it, just like you would a newborn babe. The second practice is to integrate nature into your healing. An Empress knows that nature is not a background aesthetic. It's medicine. Walk barefoot on the earth, sit by the water, tend to a plant or many plants. Give honor and thanks to the trees. The trees are our ancestors, and they are the reason why we're breathing. See, an Empress doesn't separate herself from creation. So it's important to keep that in mind. The third practice would be, make sustainable health your priority. First of all, the Empress doesn't chase a thing. She doesn't know that word chase. She's always in her natural flow to receive and to give. Being a receiver, she also is a giver. So she's not going to chase any beauty trends. We know that they change at a drop of a hat. She nourishes herself with whole foods, organic foods, herbal teas, and movement practices that honor her body as a vessel. So stepping into this frequency, she would have already began to, or she already is, detoxed from the toxicity of processed foods, mindless content, and relationships that don't honor her. The fourth practice would be to balance your ego with your intuition. The Queen often battles her ego. The Empress integrates it. The Empress listens when the ego has been triggered. She asks what fear lies beneath it, and then she responds from intuition. She isn't reactive, she is reflective. The fifth practice would be to tend to her legacy. The Empress is always sowing into what she wants to leave behind, whether it's her wisdom, healed bloodlines, creative work, fertile soil. She lives with the long game in mind, and that's what makes her a natural frequency to embody for sustainability. The transition isn't always easy. Nothing ever is when you're transitioning from the old to the new. You'll lose people who only like the queen in you. The woman who was strong yet doubted herself enough to tolerate breadcrumbs. As an empress, you're not going to allow breadcrumbs or short-sighted behavior of any kind. And being in the frequency of the Empress, you naturally understand upon graduation from the Queen energy, you know that you no longer care about appearances. You are just the natural embodiment of the goddess, of the Empress. You'll have moments of loneliness because the Empress is very selective about who she shares her energy with. It's very sacred to her, and she values what she considers to be sacred, which is her space. You're also going to face parts that you may not have wanted to see, the ways that you've been complacent in your suffering. And as you're in alignment, you want to heal that suffering. So you do enter and understand the importance of shadow work or inner child wounding that you need to face, acknowledge, and heal through. So in that Queen energy, you are working on healing a lot of those wounds to help you to easily move you into that Empress frequency. But you have to be willing to do the work. Like I said, it's not about titles. It's all about how you treat yourself on the inside to be what you are seeking. And as they always say, how you see the world is how you feel inside. So if you want to change that, you definitely want to do the inner work. Everyone has to do it if they want to see a better life for themselves. You have to first feel it so that you can then reflect it and be it. Through the entire process, you will become softer and you will become stronger, rooted yet free. And that's the most important thing. You feel free in your heart and in your mind. Your spirit will then be in alignment to elevate. So if you feel that inner call to graduate, to rise, to no longer carry titles with no substance, then this is a reminder that you are nature, you are wisdom, and you are meant to thrive and not survive. So until next video, stay strong, stay soft, and be well.